Hello and welcome, Chryso. Welcome to episode 6 of The Adventures of Hiraeth. We are here in Colondim now, in the game world proper. And last time out, we took care of a couple of issues, and we are now going to talk to Ailian.
Sweet-eyed Melon, will you stay a moment?
As I said, I am sorry to intrude upon your reflections, but perhaps you can speak with Cardovar in Colondim proper. He seems quite worried about something, and from what I know of his tales of your bravery, you may be able to help him. You may find him by the piers, not far from here. So, we will leave this little starting area, go out here, and here we are with some lag and a bear. And this is Colondim proper. And there is our first mile skill stone, so we can actually bind ourselves here. We would probably respawn here if we died anyway, but just for the heck of it, let's do that. So we'll make that. So you sure you want to set this location as your bind point for the return home skill? Yes, we do. There we are. We are now bound here, which means, in essence, if we die and we want to, or if we want to travel home, this is where we, not if we die, because we actually can respawn the nearest respawn circle, but if we want to travel back home, this is where we would go. Okay, so here is Linen, and he is the Glade Watcher, and he is the one that we needed to talk to, if you remember, when we got that letter of commendation from Dwalin. And message of thanks.
Sweet-eyed Melon.
Sweet-eyed Melon. Melon? Melon. Your name is well known, Hiraeth. It is not often that a hero of your stature visits me. I will honor you as Lord Dwalin honors you. Please accept these as a token of welcome in these lands. Speak with me again, and look among my wares. You may find something there to your liking, and I will gladly barter for what you desire. So we get 5 tokens of salutation, and we get a notification about our wallet, which you can access by hitting the V key. And if you're a VIP or lifetime, I think you have to actually purchase the wallet. I'm not sure if you're free to play. If not, I think that goes into your inventory. Any items that would be in a wallet, sort of alternative currencies, they would actually take space in your inventory. So we also have a quest for him, but let's barter some items.
Sweet-eyed Melon, how may I be of service?
And so we have 3 different things that we can put. We can actually pick up a novice's mark. Again, it gives 5. It's a run speed, and then we can actually use it and get a 10% speed increase as opposed to 5. We don't really need that, so we are going to spend our tokens on maybe 2 morale and 3. There we go, on 3 on power. So those should have just automatically shown up stacked into our inventory. Yes, with inventory we now have 4 Athelas and 5 Calibrand. So that's pretty good. Let's take his quest whilst we're here.
Sweet-eyed Melon, will you stay a moment?
So again, we're on level. It's because it's level 6, and as you see, we have still disabled experience in defense of the forest. Our time is closing in this land. Soon we will be but legend and memory to the mortals who will remain upon these shores. While we are still here, however, we must do what we can to ensure that these lands remain safe and beautiful. The preservation of the land is why I have come to the port of Colondim. My brethren and I have been looking into recent events in a glade to the north. I am here to enlist any willing to go there and assist us in discovering the source of an infestation of sickle-flies among the trees to the west and southwest of the port. If you are willing, remove the threat of the sickle-flies from the trees and report to Ovorlas and in Hiraeth to the southwest. And that we can do. We can see again we only have one choice as a reward, but that is fine. So there is Cardivore. Again, you see the difference between the those with regular rings on the head and this one with the flaming ring, which denotes it's part of the epic quest.
Grey is the shadow upon my heart.
Ah, hello there. We have not had time to get acquainted. My name is Cardivore, and you are...
Will you lend me your ear?
I am hungry. That is what it is. It's coming up to lunchtime as I'm recording this. So, the prologue, unlike Avorthal. I have heard that you are well travelled. Perhaps you have seen my son Avorthal on your journeys. I received a message from him saying that he was coming from Dwelond to visit, but he has not yet arrived. That is most unlike him. In his journey here he often speaks with the travellers along the road and visits the Vale of Nan Hiraeth with a friend of his, a dwarf named Athal. Athal watches the road and helps the few dwarf travellers who come to Colondim. Perhaps Avorthal is speaking to him now, and he has simply forgotten the time. Would you seek him? Head across the woods southwest of Colondim to the Vale of Nan Hiraeth. There is a small camp of elves there. If you do not find Avorthal there, perhaps you will find Athal. If so, speak to Athal and see what news he may have of Avorthal. So again, as is common, you're basically being guided to go to a certain area. And if we go around, here is a mailbox, by the way, that you would have to, in the past, use. So there are others here. These are a couple of the trainers. If we come up this way, here's the stable master. The stable master is a very important person to find in any settlement because he can help with travel around the world. From here, for example,
How can I be of service?
You would be able to go to a couple of the other major areas. In Bree, you could go to Combe, which is a starter area, or West Bree, which is part of the main town of Bree, of course. And in Eric Luin, you can go to Dwelond or Thorin's Gate, which is a swift travel. So we could actually go to the other end of Eric Luin here, or to Dwelond, which is the next elf settlement. Or we could go to the Shire, to Mihildalvin. If you hit M, you'll bring up your map eventually. And so this is a fairly large region, as most of them are. So we started off down here. We are here now in this small area in Colondim. And Thorin, where we were, was all the way up here in Thorin's Gate for the starter instance. So you can see it's quite a long way to get from there to... We will explore the entirety of this map, but it will take us a while. So let's go. I don't think there's anything there. So we can go. There's one quest, I believe, up here. Yeah, here we are. And again, I'm not sure what happened there. We are lagging pretty badly today. So Thinglair.
You may be of service to me.
This is a level 8 quest, which is fine, but we can actually enable XP to get there at some point. This is a beautiful land, is it not? I wandered it often in my youth, but places that were once fair have long since fallen into decay. Some of the older ruins have even become habitations for foul creatures that gnaw at the edges of our lands. My brothers and I have set to ourselves the task of cleansing a few of these places before we leave. To this end, I have in my possession a token given to me by Elrond Half-Elven long ago. It is imbued with a light that creatures of evil find painful to bear. The ruins of Tharn Gelair, west of Celondim, have become infested with foul creatures. If you could slay any you find within, and then place this token there, light should keep them from slinking back in the night. So that we can certainly do. And if we come up here, this is a little area where we can maybe sell. There's some different, there's the weaponsmith, armorsmith, so different types of weapons available to us. You can see that the mannequins are interesting because they actually showcase some of the cosmetic items that are currently featured, I believe, in the LOTRO store. So those will change over time. So let's go ahead and sell a couple of the items that we
Is there
have
aught which you need?
that we can get rid of. There are items here that we could buy, but in general they are pretty inferior to what we want. We don't really want a throwing axe. We don't need that sort of stuff. So we will just get rid of the weapons. We'll cash out the coin there. And the reason I'm hesitant to get rid of any of the different drops from the mobs that we had is that there's a thing called there's a task system that we will find, and if we find one of these task boards, then we can actually start a whole series of reputation enhancing quests. So that is that area. We will be going that way later, but let's go back to this area here. There's a much higher level bear. So we'll come around this way, and there are different class trainers here. Let's go up here for very, very quickly. I just wanted to show you that when the game launched and you came out of the intro sequence, you actually spawned in a different spot, and I really don't know why. We got to look at this, how beautiful it is up here. This is the area that you spawned into the main game in, and I honestly don't know why let's go into first person to view this magnificent area. It's just so beautiful. I don't know why we don't spawn here anymore, to be honest with you. It is very, very elven, very, very peaceful, and just a lovely, lovely, lovely little area that, again, tucked away from the side. It's very easy to miss this. There's nothing happens here. It's just a lovely area to visit. And again, like I say, I'm not sure why we no longer spawn here. Let's go back out then. And I'll try and show you as many of these things as possible in the game that I've come across in my time. Sure I have missed enough things over the years that if you want to leave comments, I'm sure I'll be finding new things, and I'd love that. So As I say, I keep saying this is going to be, as you can see with the disabled experience, this is going to be a very, very slow let's play. Here is the Lawmaster Trainer. We can, again, these no longer are really that important. As you can see down at the bottom here, we actually have a few skills that we'll look at in a moment. But let's just see if there are any reason, if there is any reason to speak to this guy in anymore. So we can browse the shop. We can train lots. So apparently we still can train skills.
Swilad Melon.
Let's remove. But it looks like these skills now are all geared. Oh, this is interesting. So we do have some that Ravenlaw. That sounds like fun. That really does look like fun. So we have different things that we can learn. Now, whether we have to come here and learn them, or whether they get granted automatically, I'm not sure. No passives, but so we will discover that as we go on. So these are all different skills that we will learn in the future. We do have a couple of melee skills, mounted skills, when we get all the way down to Rohan, I suppose. Signs of ancient magics. Lots and lots of fun things. Oh, these are the Warsteed ones, so maybe we will learn a lot of these things as we progress. Now, there used to be down here a person who asked us if we were interested in crafting, but I think that has been replaced by the quest that we were given in the letter. So we will come up here. Oh no, there we are. When you see this this type of ring with this sort of anvil here, these donate crafting quests.
Stay a moment.
A terrace in Colondin. Welcome to Falathorn, Hiraeth. Falathorn is the area of Erdluin that we are actually currently in. You can see the harbour city of Colondin up the hill to the northeast, and the refuge of Duiland is further to the north. But I can see that you have a desire to fashion goods, to practice your ability to create things of substance and use. It is my recommendation that you visit my friend Gwaloth at the terrace overlooking Colondim, where many useful and comely goods are fashioned. Go up the hill to the northeast into the city, and follow the path to the left as it winds up the hillside. Atop the stairs, follow the path southward to the terrace. Gwaloth will be pleased to help you learn how to begin your journey as a craftsman. And when we come to do our quests in Nan Hiraeth, we will follow this path that way. But right now, let's go and take this guy's advice and maybe learn the ways of crafting. So we have a healer here, we have a bard, and again the bard used to be very important because he was the person that sold us
Megavanen.
not just musical instruments, and we'll go into musical instruments at some point. There is an entire music system, player music system in the game. So here we can we used to have to buy your different trait points and stuff, so I think that must have changed. So again, that would be taking us out, so here we go. This is the way to the crafting area in Colondim. And here indeed is Gwaloth. And
Sweet-eyed Melon.
Mebrethil sent you to me. You must be interested in learning a crafting trade, then. Wonderful! Ered Luin will be better for your efforts, my friend. Speak with the Master of Apprentices on this terrace, for he can help you choose a vocation in which to specialize. A vocation is a bundle of 3 crafting professions with overlapping skills. Choose your vocation with care, because you will expend a great deal of time and energy improving your skill with the professions under its purview. Once the Master of Apprentices has welcomed you to your chosen vocation, be sure to speak with the supplier. She can sell you the tools of your trade. Every profession has its own tools, so be not over shy with your coin purse. The novices will be happy to sell you sorry, I lost my place there. Will be happy to sell you any recipes you might wish to have, though I can tell you now that you will already know how to make a thing or two. Equip the crafting tools you plan to use and find an appropriate facility. Colundim has a forge, workbench, and oven available for your use, and begin practicing your skills. You will advance in your chosen profession as you practice and seek out the teachings of others in the field. I hope you will become a skilled craftsman, Hiraeth, and that it will bring joy to you and profit to Ered Luin. So we will do this, and I think I may do most of the crafting missions, or the crafting off-screen. I haven't quite decided that, because it is it's wonderful. It's a very good involved process, but you've seen it once, you've seen it several, so you don't need to see it a million times every time I need something new. So here we have we'll speak here.
You may be of service to me.
So this is outfit. It's kind of a doubled easy XP if you were not disabled. You must be Hiraeth. I have been awaiting your arrival, and I am very excited to see that our letter found you well. I am Golfadinir, and I am pleased to make your acquaintance. I am here to help you through the very first stages of learning a craft. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Okay, so we'll just very quickly look at the available crafts. There are a number of them. The armorer craft, which is, as you see, metalsmith. Each of them, as the previous person explained, have 3 different associated sub crafts. So metalsmith, prospector, and tailor, which makes perfect sense for an armorer. The explorer is an interesting one, because you will be able to craft leather armor, but you can also pick up both the wood and the metal, which I think is the only one that can do both of those. So if you have a character that's really hellbent on exploring everywhere, like this one, explorer would be a very good one to have. Armsman basically is weaponsmith, prospector, and woodworker, so you can make all sorts of different weapons. Excuse me. The tinkercraft is interesting, because that lets you make the jewelry mainly. You can also cook, and again you pick up metals because you extract the items you need for jewelry from those metals. The yeoman craft is basically cook, farmer, and tailor. That's fairly self-explanatory. It's great if you're role-playing. That's great for the Hobbit. Lots of hobbits. The woodsman craft, again, is a good one, especially if you're going to be a ranger or hunter. Woodworker, forester, and farmer. And this one, the last one, which I think is the one that we are going to take for my sins, the historian craft, which is the scholar, weaponsmith, and farmer. Very disparate collection of a very disparate collection of craft skills there. The scholar being the most interesting and also the most difficult in the game, I think, to master, just because there's lots of it. You also only get to loot items that are in mob-infested ruins, etc. So that's always kind of fun. So you just never know when you're going to be interrupted.
Swilad Melon.
I will go ahead and do that off screen. For now, the only thing that we're going to do is go up to the bank and just show you that there are personal storage and shared storage. So you would come up here. And also here you have a wardrobe. The wardrobe is a
What do you
lovely
need?
cosmetic system. Goes in hand with the cosmetic system. You can actually, when you find an outfit that you'd like to keep, you can save that to. And I already sold my my robe, didn't I? So forget that. But you can store various items. That we don't have very many things in here because I say that we don't use that account very often. But you can then you can drag those items onto your cosmetic outfit slots, and that's how you will look. So you can sell things here. You can open your personal
Megawannen.
space, which at this point, of course, has nothing in it. We could store some stuff in there to lighten up our inventory. We can also get rid of a number of these cloaks, etc., that take up space. So the other thing then we also have is a shared storage, which is a little bit sort of cheating, I suppose.
How can I be of service?
Now this takes a little while to populate because it's the first time this is opened, and here we have a lot of items here that we have from other characters that we thought might be useful. Mainly crafting stuff is what I use to keep in here. So I may be able to find some items that I don't need to quest for. There are some foods and potions and salves, etc. And there are some housing items that we haven't got a house in this particular one. Anyway, so that is there. We will go back down and around, and there would be the scholar. We can actually cut across. Where can we cut across? I believe we can cut across here to that path that we. Whoops! Definitely breaking our leg there. So we will just go up here. And we are leaving the city or the town of Colondim, and we are now in this area that is infested with sickle-flies. We can start looking around for them, and we will dispose of them. There is one. I believe these are not too powerful, so we will. Okay, so we have a new deed. Now, so we will be getting deeds as we continue, and they are basically what we know as class deeds. So that as we level up, again, one of the reasons to keep leveling, obviously we will at some point have to level to get to appropriate level for an area, but the class skills, various ones, come into play as we level up too. So we have just one more to kill. Oh, sorry, a few more to kill. Getting ahead of myself there. And there we go. So as we again, these are not, as you see, we're barely getting injured here. And the bear gets, because it's a tank, gets aggro. And we'll just, there we go. So, that is done. I don't believe these are any more. I don't think they aggro. So, we will go up here. We could return, but we shall come up here. And there are a couple of areas here that we need to explore. The foliage is relatively new. It's made the area look so much more vibrant, so much more realistic. It also has enabled creatures to hide behind it a lot easier than before, which is a pain for someone with such poor eyesight as myself. But okay, we have a new deed. Let's have a look at the deeds that we've just acquired. So again, we have a couple of them here in different areas. And these deeds are, so different elf ruins. We will be awarded 5 LOTRO points and some marks, which are as a mechanic that comes into play later on. And we get a point in wisdom. Now this is one of the traits that we can specialize in, and for us it's actually very important because it increases our will, our in-combat power regen, and improves our resistance pretty well. So that is definitely a very good one for us to pursue. As you can see, we need to find 4 more areas within Ered Luin, and that of course is relatively easy to do just by playing the game. And here is a class thing, the Master of the Staff. So we have to hit things with our pointy stick a number of times. Yes, we have 5 of 600, so again we will get 5 points. And as I say, these turbine points, oh sorry, Turbine used to be the company that published the game, ran the game, but Standing Stone Games is now running it. The LOTRO points are actually, like I say, you can buy all these things like the Stone of the Tortoise, etc. Here it is.
Well met,
Missing
friend.
the dwarf that we needed to find. So the prologue is unlike Vorthal, so this is Athel.
Nay, I'm still here waiting for a Vorthal. He requested I meet him here at the Vale of Nanhilith, and has yet to arrive. I meant to enter the Vale myself, but the elves bade me not enter, and being that a Vorthal is not here to speak for me, I dare not risk angering them. I am sorry that I cannot be more help to you, or Lord Cardavor.
Welcome. You've come at a most fortuitous time.
Okay, so the prologue again, of Vorthal's favourite haunts.
It is not like a Vorthal to be late, at least not without sending word, nor to put aside his usual habits. Still, he has spent much time in contemplation in recent days. Where a Vorthal desires solitude for quiet thought, he spends, when a Vorthal desires solitude for quiet thought, he spends much time beneath the white trees in this vale. Perhaps he is amongst them now, unbeknownst to anyone, Would you go there and find him? I would, of course, but I shall not defy the will of the elves. Make your way into the Vale of Nan Hiraeth and search for any signs of a Vorthal. I pray you find him hale and hearty, but if not, perhaps you will find some sign of him, even just his pack. They're not signposting anything there, are they? Okay, so here is an elven hunter. Let's talk to Avorlas. I think we needed to turn this in anyway. When you see that sort of tinge there, that does show that we actually have a quest to turn in.
How can I be of service?
Megavanin, Lenin had you fighting back the sickle-flies? Good. It has become necessary to drive them out of the forest, lest they kill the trees. Your aid will be welcome here, Hiraeth, for there is much to do. So again, we have one choice. And again, it's a decent upgrade for the DPS. So let's...
Mind my words, traveller.
So there's trouble at Nan Hiraeth. At Nen Hiraeth, I should be saying, sorry. And somebody has not disabled their XP. Your arrival heralds a time of hope. We have yet to discern what caused the wolves to empty into this valley. Perhaps with your assistance, we will soon learn the reason behind the invasion. The two other glade wardens here, Glavolnen and, good lord, Halhathel, will explain the tasks that I set before them. See to their requests and earn their favor, and you shall have mine. Okay, let's do that. So we have these two quest givers here. I might put my teeth in. Glavrolmen and Helhathil.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
So wood for wine. Our efforts here are to recover the land from this new threat, that is clear. We are also here at the behest of our kinsman. In Colondim there is a vintner who wants only to make a final offering to store enough wine to survive our journey to the west. I have offered to recover enough wood to build such a cask. You will need to search the wood in this wait, I thought you were doing this. You will need to search the wood in this vale for wood. The wood in this vale for wood that has not been spoiled by the sickle-flies or the wolves. Return to me when you have collected enough sturdy pieces of wood, and I will grant you my favor. Okay, so need to find some piles of wood.
Will you lend me your ear?
Wolves of Nan Hiraeth. My Gavanin, Lawmaster, I overheard your discussion with Avorlos, and hope that you are willing to assist us. This vale was once a place of inspiring beauty where we could come and commune with nature. It has fallen far from those days since the incursion of these wolves. It is unclear where the wolves came from or why they chose to dwell in this valley, but it is clear that they must be removed to ensure that nature can return to its balance. Enter the valley and destroy the wolves to ensure the future of the valley. Return to me when you have completed this task, and you will earn my favor. Okay, so we are going to end the episode here, and then we are going to start off next time by doing a couple of these quests, getting the wood, getting killing the wolves, and also looking for any signs of a Vorthal. Until that time, this has been Gareth and his friend Hiraeth, and we both wish you safe and prosperous and well times in and out of Middle-earth.